Okay, so today what we're going to be looking at is very similar to what we did yesterday. I'm going to kind of give you a little bit more guidance. I just wanted you to think through it yesterday. But what we're doing basically is we're looking for the volume of just like regular cups, okay? Now, we're using the volume of a cylinder formula, pi squared times h. Okay. So to find the volume of these, all we need is to know is the radius and the height of it. Now, the thing on a cup, different than just like a standard cylinder, what's the difference between a cup like this and just a standard cylinder?
A cup like that.
The what? Good. The radiuses are different, right? The radii are different. So the radius at the top compares to what? To the radius down at the bottom? Yeah, it's bigger, right? I mean, that's the way cups work most of the time, right?
Yes.
Because it tapers up as it comes up, to the top of it. So, what is the radius of the bottom of this cup?
4.
It's 4. What's the radius at the top?
I think like 6.
Is like 6, okay? Now, and this is just a way to approximate it. It's not exact, but it's just to give us an approximate. So, yeah, what's exactly halfway between 4 and 6? Is 5.
Wait, sir, can you go up to the thing again?
Yeah, just pi squared times h.
5 times 1 squared times.
Okay? So, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, up here at the top, it's 6, and it scales down to 4. So I want to find what's halfway between there. And again, it's not going to be exact. And on top of that, with cups, they have different designs in them. And at the bottom, it kind of comes up sometimes. So it's not exact, but it should get us pretty close. Now, this one I made it easy. Between 4 and 6, we can easily see that halfway between that is 5. But the way you would do that is you would do this. You would just average them. You would do 4 plus 6 divided by 2. Now make sure when you type this in your calculator that you don't just type 4 plus 6 divided by 2. Because what it'll do there, your calculator is going to do 6 divided by 2 first, and it's going to do 4 plus 3, which is going to give you 7, which is not the right answer. So make sure in your calculator with the Inspire that you do control divide and that you put 4 plus 6 on the top and divided by 2, which gives us 5. So that the averaged radius, the radius that it would be basically halfway up the cup, would be about 5 centimeters.
Oh, okay.
And the height I can see is 15 centimeters. So we're going to go pi times 5 squared times 15. And what does that give you?
Wait, so what do you do? Oh, yeah, I see now.
We're using the radius, not that one. We're using the one that's between them.
Oh.
What does that give you?
1,178.1.
Okay, so cubic centimeters. Okay, so for this cup, with those dimensions, it would have a volume of 1,178.1 cubic centimeters. Now, again, what we're doing today is we'll be testing this as you measure the ones you're dealing with. We're going to fill them up with pinto beans and weigh it and see. Okay, pinto beans weigh about 0.8 of a gram per cubic centimeter. So for every one of these, it's going to be 0.8 of a gram for pinto beans. So I need to take 1178.1 times 0.80.
942.3.
Okay. So about 943 grams worth of beans would fit into that cup. Okay, let's look at one more example real quick. Okay, what's the radius on the bottom of this cup? 3.4. What's the radius at the top? 5.2. So again, what I want to know is what the radius would be basically halfway down this cup. So we're going to do 3.4 plus 5.2 divided by 2. 4 point what? 3? Okay. So again, this is not exact, but it gets us a pretty good approximation. So 4.3 centimeters would be about halfway. The height I can see is just 12 right here. So I'm going to do pi times 4.3 squared times 12.
697.
Okay. So 697.06 cubic centimeters. And so that would be the volume. I want to find out how many grams of beans would fit into that thing. So I'm going to take 697.06 times 0.80. What does that give you?
Let me check. 557.648.
557.65. Okay, so today you're going to have 3 different cups. I want you to measure them, find what you think the volume is, then find how many grams of beans you think will fill it up, and then I'll want you to come up here in a little bit and we will test it, weighing that on the kitchen scales up here. So.